Alright, what's up YouTube? It's Getawhale here, and I'm kind of short of breath. We just got off the plane. I got my boarding pass and stuff. We just got back from Valve headquarters, okay? There was a huge event today, basically a playthrough and a preview of the Valve matchmaking mode. Now, a lot of you guys know about this. Basically, this all started when there was an email sent by popular competitive player Banny, sent to Valve, saying that Valve needed a competitive mode, and it's just sort of spiraled from there. You know, it's been a huge, hyped up event and whatnot. So a lot of us were just we're just off the plane from Bellevue Airport, and we got to play the mode today. We just played it, and I'm really excited. Now, you're probably wondering, Getawhale, how... You know, you probably aren't allowed to talk about this. And you would be correct. We did sign, when I was down there, I signed an NDA, which stands for not discussing anything. But little did Valve know, I used a little legal loophole in this. And basically, when I signed it, I didn't use my own signature. I actually signed it as the Sniper, and they couldn't tell because it was so squiggly. So legally speaking, that's great, because now I can talk about whatever I want because I'm not bound by the law. So what I want to do is break down sort of a sneak preview of the competitive matchmaking mode that's coming up. And what I've done is I've jotted down, I sent myself a list here of all of the top sort of most surprising parts of it, just to kind of give you guys an idea of what to expect from this and what we're going to be seeing when this hits. I mean, it could be any second that this drops. And we're calling it D-Day when it drops. So let's start from the beginning. Now, a lot of people have been digging through the files. Every time, you know, Valve comes out with an update, they're always sort of picking through the DLLs and doing the text comparisons and, you know, trying to dig and see what are some hints and clues for this whole thing. And that kind of leads into my first point, the biggest one that'll blow you out of the water, which is, what format is competitive going to be? There's been a lot of discussion about, is it going to be Highlander 9v9? Is it going to be 6v6, 12v12 competitive, 13s? And so the way that Valve is going with this has actually been hinted at for a very long time in the game. And I'll show you what I mean. You'll notice on the class selection screen, the way that the classes are laid out, do you notice anything interesting about the way they're laid out? Does it look a little bit like 3 teams? So that's right. What your guys are seeing is actually going to be the team makeup. Valve is actually moving away from a 2-team first-person shooter to 3 teams. So you're going to have offense, defense, and support. What Robin Walker said to us is that they've done the research, okay? The analytics are there. They've looked at the data, and what they found is that this 2-team system is not what works in an FPS shooter game, okay? So they're moving toward the 3-team layout. So the next thing you're probably asking is, Getawhale, what the hell what are the colors? Because we already have Team Red and we already have Team Blue. So what's the third team going to be? Well, what does red plus blue equal? If you combine them, you get purple, or as Valve is calling it, red blurple. So Team Red Blurple is going to be that third team of support that we're going to see once this matchmaking beta hits. Now listen guys, I know this is a lot to take in so far, but I'm just going to move on to the next thing because I don't want this video to take forever. So the next thing is they're going to be updating the localization files. Now, this is a huge piece of news for any of you guys who have sort of been tracking, if you're on the dev blogger, if you sort of follow these kind of things, localization is getting an update. So that is in. That is in. Reddit, I'm looking at you. The next thing people were asking about is, you know, the Pyro class is such an overpowered and overpriced class, and a lot of people have sort of clamored to say, you know, the Pyro is OP, and honestly, to Valve's credit, you know, they've tried a whole lot to fix it and to change the weapons and stuff like that. But what they've decided with matchmaking is they're getting rid of the Pyro class altogether. It won't be in the game any longer. We're concentrating more on hard counters. So what they're adding in replacement of the Pyro is the Firefighter class. Now this is sort of intended as a hard counter to the Pyro. Basically all of the weapons are sort of centered around like firefighting. So like he has a water spray, he sprays foam if it's a chemical fire, and etc. So that's another big thing. People were speculating and asking, you know, what's going to be the 10th class? There was a lot of talk that might have been a dog as a 10th class, but the real answer is there won't be a 10th class because they're popping out one and putting one back in. So that's very exciting. We got some concept art for that. The next thing is about maps, and, you know, well, more specifically, it's about optimizing the game. You know, TF2 is an 8-year-old game that people can't run worth a crap. You know, you have the top of the line computer and you can't run this old 8-year-old game. And Valve are listening, okay? Valve know what we want in terms of efficiency, in terms of graphics performance. So what they're actually doing is they've set up a bit of a trade-off. So what we're going to see are some changes to the maps that you guys will probably notice. Basically what it'll mean for competitive is any map that has a 5 CP, so like, you know, Badlands, Granary, etc., they're going to become now Koth maps. What they're doing in order to save performance is getting rid of those 4 other points. Most of the action is going to take place in the middle point, and we're going to see, you know, a lot of bigger mid-fights. The other thing that comes with that is the Koth maps that already exist as Koth, for example, Viaduct, are already so perfectly optimized that what they're actually going to do is add those, they're going to add 4 points to the Koth maps. They're going to add them on so that when you're on Viaduct, you'll have 4 new snowy points. You can come right in toward the center. You'll still have your mid-fight. The gameplay doesn't change. It's just that there are 4 different 4 added points. So this is what the current ESEA invite lineup would look like, for example. So you'll have Koth Snakewater, CP Viaduct Pro 7, it should be Product, actually. Koth Gully Wash, Koth Sunshine, Koth Badlands, Koth Granary Pro, Koth Metalworks, Koth Process, and Koth Snakewater. Some teams have to play it more than once. So I think that this will help a whole lot for the game. The graphics performance will be spectacular. And what Valve actually hinted at, and they have only just concept art for now, but by removing all these extraneous points from all these maps, basically, that come with the game, they'll be able to improve the details of the weaponry, of the player models, and sort of move away from this cartoony style that has just been hampering and sort of weighing down the game's weight for such a long period of time. Along with that, all stock weapons are out. What Valve has found is that the stock weapons are not really used very much. They've looked sort of at the numbers, and you've seen a lot of changes to the unlocks. This has been an implied change for I mean, years, but basically they've been trying to make the stock weapons equal with the unlocks, and it's not working out, so they're getting rid of every stock weapon. So that means scattergun is gone, sniper rifle, all the stock melees, etc. So all of those stock weapons, the regular medigun, those are all being completely removed from the game, which is kind of a safe thing if you think about it. Nobody's paid any money for any of those. Smart business decision. Smart one, Valve. And the last feature is, and I'm just getting this as a text from Eric S. They're working on, basically now your mercs will be able to have pets, and you'll be able to come out to the battlefield with a dog or a cat on a leash, and basically you can battle the pets. The pets have their own hit points. It can be, it's similar to like a Pokemon kind of Digimon style of fight, so there's sort of a sidebar game that's happening with that, and we'll see that in the competitive mode as well. And finally, all classes have their HP doubled. Every weapon is Australian quality now, retroactively, and the sniper's removed from the game, and the game's called TF3 now. But that's basically it, guys. That's all that we're allowed to tell you for right now. The Valve legal team can't do anything, so I'm really excited for it. It can be dropping at any second now, so if you blink, you'll miss it. But keep an eye out, guys. It's the TF3 update coming down from Valve real soon. If you guys don't you know, if it doesn't come out today, make sure that you hit your local internet board. You know, get on NeoGAF, guys, and get on Dig and let them know how you feel. All right, guys, post it up, share this on social sites, get this on social media, tweet to your buddies. Tell all your friends, guys, because this one is going to be hot. And live from New York, it's Saturday night!